Grand rising, yeah. So I tell you, last night, boy, I tell you what, I tied one on at the job. Boy, I was tired as hell. Here we go, let's get it. Yeah. Time to get our shit together, man. Let's get it, man. You know what I'm talking about? Shit, let's get it. That's right. Just a little late. I apologize, y'all, man. I overslept. Kicked my ass at the job.
Me and my little niggas, we grew up in the mud. Age of 14, I was hustling drugs. You ain't get no love if you wasn't the plug. And you can't leave the house without the stick if you was.
Welcome to the Central, let me show you around. Keep your head on a swivel, 10 toes to the ground. Eyes and ears open, nigga, you know the sounds.
Girls click, clacking, niggas laying you down.
Now when we in the Central, I'm gon' keep it a buck. Niggas see you lacking and they fucking you up. Them little Fillmore niggas, not the niggas to trust. From Lane to the beat, them little niggas a bust. My mama used to check if there's some guns in my waist. I'ma catch a body, I know niggas are snakes. Crosses on my face, pain, KB race. I miss my nigga Holly, hope he saved me some space.
That's right.
Miss my nigga Melly, got him locked in the cage. Niggas have a nigga like a mouse in a maze.
A maze.
Using my dreams, pain, KB race. I tried to live right, but
that ain't always the case.
Me and my little niggas, we grew up in the mud. Age of 14, I was hustling drugs. You ain't get no love if you wasn't the plug. Leave the house without the stick if you was.
Welcome to the Central, let me show you around.
Show you around.
Head on a swivel, 10 toes to the ground. Eyes and ears open, nigga, you know the sounds.
Girls click, clacking, niggas laying you down.
I probably sold crack in every spot that they had. Sherry was my mama, but the block was my dad. I know them niggas go, bitch, we was all that we had. Me and my AK look like I saw it even had. Hey, baby mamas, I was hoeing a lot. Raising 3 kings, but I showed them a lot. Man, I love my daughters, but I owe them a lot. And then she called me nephew, probably sold her a rock. Welcome to the Central, shout out Swami and Moon. This is not a place where it was safe to assume. Unless in this assumption there's some guns in the room. All them little niggas got some mud on their shoes.
Me and my little niggas, we grew up in the mud. Age of 14, I was hustling drugs. You ain't get no love if you wasn't the plug. And you can't leave the house without the stick if you was.
Michelle Norton, Grand Rising says, Art Brown, I say you, Alibaba Ruth, Keith Lamont, yeah. Let's get it. They can't fuck with us. It's hump day, man.
Going crazy.
Yeah, get back.
Can't touch this.
Yeah. Shout out MC Hammer, man. Real gangster. Hammer time beat, I'ma crush this. Take your favorite rapper, little bitch.
Can't touch this.
Oh shit, man. Hold up, man. Goddamn it. Shout out to Satch. He say he been up early in the morning fucking with them folks. Oh, shout out to Satch. Stephanie Birds, I see you, sis. Grand Rising. Yeah. That's what I like to hear. You know what? They can't fuck with Satch. They can't touch him.
Real gangster.
Real gangster.
Hammer time beat, I'ma crush this. Tell your favorite rapper, little bitch.
Can't touch this.
Pat came in, I'ma bust this. Down with the team, tell everybody flush this. Bad little bitch can't suck dick. Tow a hoe just like this.
Can't touch this.
Take my time, can't rush this. Big Drake in my lap, can't touch this. Got stopped by a cop, but I didn't get shot cause I'm legal and you know they can't
touch this.
Heard your new bitch got me on a crush list. If she bout her money, I'ma give her this much dick. She my ex-hoe. What's up, bitch? Can I get a hood? Hell no.
Can't touch this.
Broke water faucet, too much drip. Seen her with a new nigga, still wearing truck fit. I'm a nigga that they really can't fuck with. I ain't even really gotta say it.
Can't touch this.
30 years, get my dick, get my nuts licked. Never ever ever have a bitch got a butt licked. Any shit is way too much shit. Tell a nasty bitch real quick.
Can't touch this.
Really got it out the street, no luck shit. I ain't never had to be on no fuck shit. No, bitch said she love the way the truck sit. Just got it washed.
Can't touch this.
Hey, hoe really wanna do the duck sit. Got her in the truck quick, show her how to duck quick. Eat it up good, too much dick. When you get done,
Can't touch
Let my dick go, bitch, can't cuff this. Bad bitch, no man can't trust it. This hoe wanna see my gun, knowing goddamn well. Never let a bitch touch your gun. You can't touch it, baby, I'm the owner. You gotta go if you're not buying. No longer am I just a
I see Daniel Berry Sports up in this bitch. Grand Rising Daniel Berry, man.
You can die if you want, it's gonna be alright, but you can cry if you want. Take it from me, you can try if you want it. If you get heavy, you can die if you want, it's gonna be alright, but you can cry if you want. Yeah.
Can't touch this. Yo, man, shout out to y'all, man. We on it, man. We on it, man. We are on it. Let's get it, man. We are on it. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. For real, for real. Here we go. Yeah, we get to. Oh, I ain't heard this in the grip. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Oh, man, Grand Rising, Brother Keith, man. Let's get to the money, man. Happy Wednesday, man. Let's get to the Monday. Money, man. Yeah, that's right.
A lot of niggas died 1865. Took a Michael flare, how I ain't gon' let it ride. Everybody hot and black was never on your side. They can match tell your apps where you sleep at night. They put that white man on. Got you begging there for answers like that white man know. Had you swearing you was African, that's that white man home. Had you proud
oh shit. Then he said, I'm gone.
And I ain't talking shit, just by definition. If being savage was our nature, y'all be non-existent. We done took your ass out when we was in them kitchens. Instead of showing you how to live and how to maintain business. White supremacy fake. Only way that shit real is if you do what they say. We the God to the gate. So when they say they fear God, now you know what they made. Choose some, move some, choose some, move some.
Put us in the same room, we gon' go down. Hit a nigga with that boom, he gon' go down.
Choose some, move some, choose some, move some.
Put us in the same room, we gon' go down. Hit a nigga with that boom, he gon' go down.
Every day my niggas dying, they don't know the truth. How the hell you close to God, we don't know it's you. Yo, how the hell you supposed to survive, we don't know the shoot. He should've died, you let him slide, cause he look just like you. I tried to tell him all skin ain't kin. Everybody ain't your partner, everybody ain't your friend. How the hell they supposed to help when they the ones that put you in? They don't struggle how we struggle, they can't get it how we need. Can't be scared to die when we already dead. Either way, your life is fake, no matter how you play. My higher self said, which you choose, remain godly. My lower want these motherfucking bodies. Every turn they circles like a motherfucking island. Take them to the south, they put them down like OG Bobby. They don't want equality in this cut, they want these problems. Killers right beside me, snap full of chicken models. Choose some, move some, choose some, move some.
Put us in the same room, we gon' go down. Hit a nigga with that boom, he gon' go down.
Choose some, move some, choose some, move some.
Put us in the same room, we gon' go down.
It'll go down.
Hit a nigga with that boom, he
It'll
gon'
go down. Yo, man, shout out to everybody, man. My bad, I overslept, man. They kicked my ass at this goddamn job last night. They kicked my motherfucking ass, man. But best believe I'm in the morning and I'm still here. Shout out to Dre Cobb's music, god damn it. I'm still here, Dre. I'm still here.
Who they think they better than? Ain't no comparison to the so-called black or African American. You can drop the African, keep the American. When we say Aborigine, it make their world in. I'm going in the same dirt my ancestors buried in. I come from a god and a goddess, so what that make me? Not even Basquiat can trace me. Not even Van Gogh can paint me. The MC in me is the God MC. Equals the God in me. I'm focused in, let my mind be.
Good morning, Gene.
The Jews I give Israel, it's been real. These ain't shots, they missiles. All you gonna hear is the whistle. Lyrically, this an execution. My verses start revolutions from my people seeking restitution. Since the beginning, fuck evolution. Or maybe my reality is all a dream. I put it together like I was sowing seams. So it seems this is that audio dopamine. Go against the regime. We put you where nobody can hear you scream. And sing you to meet your Elohim. My nigga, this is savage mode. It's something that you can't decode. It started with a spark and I'ma let it explode. I was given the cheat codes that'll let me dump and reload and go through them waves like a fucking torpedo. You dealt the cards of life. I just cut them diamonds with the ace of spades. Y'all scatter like roaches when they facing raid, or vampires when they facing blade. I'm trying to get next to Shireen like I'm getting played. You still stuck as a mental slave. You still stuck in that mental cage. While I'm making easy money, pipping holes in style. This my coming to age. Crowd roaring when I'm coming on stage. And when I'm done, they gonna be cheering my name. Drake Cobbs, and nah, I ain't quit my day job. I spit bars. I really rap on my day off. That's real shit. Just give you some tools you can build with. Aim high even if you still miss. Just keep going. It's a climb to the top, and I'ma keep flowing. Down Lake Shore, I'm Chicagoan. Yeah. You niggas is playing checkers, we playing chess, and nigga, this is checkmate. Dre be the big dog, and you just a little bait. You out of Africa, and we ain't got the same traits. I'm a God being, and we ain't got the same fate. My granny died February 18th, and I was born on the same date. The chosen one, the ancestors' chosen son. They gave me the golden gun. One shot, that's a hole in one. From the pyramid of the sun, the poverty point. I don't think you niggas is getting the point. We still here. Who said they made the aboriginals disappear? Your information's lagging in the rear. All you do is teach fear. We copper colored with woolly hair. Am I speaking clear? So fuck the nonsense. When I rap, I touch your consciousness. From within is when you get your self-confidence. Let's bring it back to dominance. Ain't no confining.
That's right.
Gonna bring that wild Indian out of us.
That's right.
Yeah. We still here.
Shout out to Drake Cobbs, man. He's absolutely correct. We are still here. He's absolutely correct, man. Shit, man. Let's get it. What do I want to hear? What do I want to hear, man? Let's get it. Yeah, day to day. We living day to day. Hello.
I was going insane. Things change people too. The evil that men do. See through you transparent. I grew up with one parent. Fuck me up, that's a parent. Now I'm trying co-parent. I be without company. I just started company. Don't care if you don't fuck with me. Just don't try to comfort me. I don't do well with confrontation. Right now I'm on probation. Mom passed a decade. Go ahead and get much consolation. Money, that's my motivation. I've been soaking up game since an adolescent. A lot of trials and tribulations and learn lessons. You a snitch ass nigga, heard you been confessing. I ain't worried about jobs, all about progression. I grew up reading Genesis and Revelations. I've been going through a thing, I've been fighting Satan. Twitter pain, deep dark thoughts in my head. Got a lot of love lost. I've been going through a thing, living day to day. Going hard in the pain, trying to make a way. Every day I pray, all the pain just go away. Feel like I'm going crazy. Too many snakes was in the grass, I had to cut them out. A few family members passed, I was going down. Nigga, I was in the deep end, about to drown.
I was going crazy.
First, never put nothing in a bucket. Spending time with my kids, swear I love them. I was down fast, drunk up in the public. Quick to fuck a nigga up like rugby. Mom passed. I wish she could hug me. A couple months passed by, I ain't seen mad. A lot of pain in my heart, I used to just laugh. Same clothes 2 days, I ain't took a bath. Spending life in a still hard to imagine. Still never switch, you niggas should stop rapping. Not capping, y'all niggas just rapping. Everybody wanna be the captain. Too many snakes was in the grass, had to cut them out. And gotta work a job, you could find a better route. The little nigga feel 15 with a paper route. I was stuck in quicksand, but I made it out. I've been going through a thing, living day to day. Going hard in the pain, trying to make a way. Every day I pray, all the pain just go away. So like I'm going crazy. Too many snakes was in the grass, I done cut them out. A few family members passed, I was going down. Nigga, I was in the deep end, about to drown. I was going crazy.
Movie moments made through real life situations, nigga, that's what really made you. Never show emotions, got a pamphlet you can gaze through. Stay away from reckless bitches, partner, that's on page 2. Watch these funky helpers, they can suck it as skedaddle. I'm strategic with the feeding, ain't no eating mad cattle. I don't jump in niggas, fuck with dirty birds that tattle. Seen the biscuit niggas kill, seen a serpent nigga rattle. Sacrifice their own babies, throw them to the dogs for payment. Fuck with mine, I make a statement, leaving noodles on the pavement.
That's right.
Give a fuck about it, I'm performing to the bullshit. Throw it in the air and hope the Savior got a toolkit. Look at he a bear and got a right that's like a mule.
Bronze flat power God.
I know what you feel. Showing them my true grit. Focused on my mansion building music. Such that it's too hard for them to fool with me. Too it's crazy.
It's crazy. Day to day. Make a way. Crazy.
Too many snakes was in the grass, I done cut them out. A few family members passed, I was going down.
Shout out to UTLS, United Through Life Struggles. Shout out to you, brother, for sure. Yeah, man, life be having us going crazy, but don't even front. You're dealing with a fat ass whale in a small ass pond. You know what I'm saying? We call them in the Midwest blackfish. So lucky y'all got a big ass whale known as Kutty, known as a blackfish in y'all little ass pond. For real, for real. Y'all need the black feet. You know what I'm saying? Where my shit at, man? Let me get my shit out of here. You know, talking about. Hey, I hope everybody's doing well once again. Let's get it cracking. Yeah. Who's that? I see Sachi. I see Hero Duke of the Great Lakes. Man, you guys are awesome, man. Where my motherfucking join at, man? Where my join at, man? Forget it. I'll play City. Here we go. KC, baby.
I'm from Kansas City.
Yeah.
That's the home of the world.
It's the home of the whales, baby. Big fish, small ponds.
Come on.
Yeah, see us some wells on Prospect, 10th Street, all the way southbound to my set. Shooter like bad getters. The foreign and the antique can make you mad, nigga. It's just something about that Kansas City squat. Candy paint gold Danas. What's the letter on the fit and let you know we touch the paper. I ain't never had no swag. Can't buy it if it runs through your veins. Born in it, so we can't be the same. 41 Fox to tell you, ain't no faking where I'm from. Don't condone killing babies. Get my man when I come. True player for real. Hit the town and I'm reppin' the town. Boss combo, you hearing me now? All the bosses, no bosses. You don't know me, so that speak for itself. Catch up before your ass get left. When you see the raw hat, know you looking at a cheap. Only bird get the worm, nigga. Money don't sleep.
Let them know. Don't get it fucked up.
About Kansas City. Don't get it fucked up.
Let them know. Don't get it fucked
up. About Kansas City. Hey, let's get it.
Kansas City on my feet, 23s on my feet, Glock 40 on my waist. I surround myself with cheese. Higher elite, not a mumble or repeat. See my niggas stand tall when it's time to take a seat. Okay, authentic kind. You see the boss in the stitch. See we come from different cloths and you clowns couldn't fit it. The squad vicious, trunk hitting, front lifting. Hear that chirping when it's shifting. That's a Kansas City tradition. But come and visit. Be sure to watch your pivot. It's a couple lanes missing for some things I shouldn't mention. But pay attention. Brick flipping our religion. It's a well-known fact. Kansas City known for gritting and stick gripping. 30-round Glock extensions, making hoes pay a P, and them squares give them distance. Stick gripping, 30-round Glock extensions, making hoes pay a P, and them squares give them the business.
Let them know. Don't get it fucked up. I'm Kansas City. Wherever I go. Let them know. Don't get it fucked up. I'm Kansas City.
Casey Fitness and sticks, nigga, when we ride. J Blige, nigga, when we slide. Got the bass down low and got the tweet side. And we don't fly to your neighborhood with crease by. And it don't matter the state, though. Show up in your hood with some fresh paper plates on. Couple Rick rulers and a couple of Dracos. Niggas took me baking, so we gon' let them fake, bro. Wherever I go, I got the logo on. KC Killer Well, we moving global. You can catch me in Miami on 10th Street. Chopping with a super bad 10 on a 10th Street. Waiting on the lawnmower to touch them things. Down back to back, just like the cheese. We do it jumbo size, ain't with that little shit. They gon' play with you niggas, not a little bit. Counting paper, ink all on my fingertips. KC on my braille, and this Killer City shit.
Hey.
That's right. Let them know. Don't get it fucked up. I'm Kansas City. Wherever I go. Let them know. Don't get it fucked up. I'm Kansas City.
Hey. Man, shout out to everybody, man. You know I got to toot the horn. And shout out to everybody wherever you at, man. Tennessee, you know what I'm saying? Atlanta, Georgia, Texas, California, North, South Carolina, New York, New Jersey, everywhere, man. Love you. Now, make sure you got your proper protective equipment, your PPE, so you can look Chinese.
I smoke so much loud that I look Chinese. I fuck 2 bad bitches and they look Siamese. These bitches taking pictures, I feel like Spike Lee. You niggas get into the money, but not quite like G. You niggas ain't have to get it every night like G. And you ain't had a heart to cut that shit on sight like G. See, everybody shooters now, boy, they just like threes. I'm no niggas that want me dead from 2003. My little partner got them bows, they 2,000 a piece. And if you niggas try to rob, probably you soundly asleep. It's the mob, motherfucker. That's the MOB. That's the AR-15 and hold a 223. It got a honey bun on it, but I don't eat sweets. I got 2 banana clips, but I ain't climb no trees. I'm talking work, I'm talking gang. That's the birds and the bees. You ain't talking about no bread, you serve no purpose to me. If you can't look me in my face, that means you nervous to me. I do some bumpy brown ostrich on some burgundy seats. My bitch got 38s, them bitches purple and pink. When I be working the stove, that bitch be working the sink. I smoke so much loud that I look Chinese. That I look Chinese. I smoke so much loud that I look Chinese. That I look Chinese. I
smoke so much loud that I look Chinese. Got drugs like a pharmacy at high B. Yellow diamonds shining hard and they look like B. Bitch, I'm just doing my thing. Please don't mind me. Most niggas straight square looking like sliced cheese. Hard for you to get money, bitch, I make it with ease. It's so easy that I even make this shit in my sleeve. Smuggling is a hobby, I got bricks in the Jeep. And they say money talk, boy, please don't speak. And now my shooters shoot for nothing, man, them boys don't think. And I stay on the snow, something just like skis. And I stay on the field, just like Drew Brees. Bitch, I got a lot of paper, but it's not loose leaf. So them bitches, they can't ride, I only got 2 seats. What you make in a year takes me 2 weeks. I'ma go in the game sorta like 2-3.
I smoke so much loud that I look Chinese. I smoke so much loud.
Yo, we about to get busy, man.
Let go.
We about to get busy, man. I gotta hear my joint next.
I look like Bruce Lee. I look like Jet Li. You gotta think about that shit before you disrespect me. That nigga pistol quick to shoot, he got that PTSD. You see that little nigga standing with that cannon? That's me. I had to take what I could get. This shit ain't handed to me. You say you smoking bubble kush, why you ain't hand it to me? I beat the case and I ain't snitch. You gotta hand it to me. My nigga hold it till they trip. That's when he handed to me. See them some bad motherfuckers, then they ran into me. We rolled them up, smoked them like some cannabis leaves. This shit, wow. We pull up and put your family to sleep. I got so high that I can't even speak. I wrote the whole mixtape and it ain't taking a week. I took a break in Kansas City with the gates for the meat. I ate the whole mixed plate and I ain't saving.
Tell them again now.
Ate the whole mixed plate and for the meat. I ate and it ain't taking a week. I took a break in Kansas City with the gates for the meat. I ate the whole mixed plate and I ain't saving.
Tell them. That look Chinese.
That I look Chinese.
That I look Chinese.
I smoke so much time
that I look
Chinese.
That I look
Chinese.
That I look
Chinese.
Shout out to everybody, man. We up in here, man. One more joint. Oh yeah, man. We gotta play my guy. Shout out to Dangerous Music, man. Come on with it, god damn it. Shout out to Dangerous. Let's get move y'all hips. Make sure y'all moving y'all hips. Get y'all sauce on. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Hating me, nigga, you never win. Flyer than you ever was, fresher than you ever been. You on the internet looking dumb. This shit don't never end. Blabbing on about a bunch of shit that you never did. It's going down. Shut it down. That's a certain fact. You a clown, a living circus act. Jealous, ain't they? That's the reason they looking stupid. You was dissing on me. What a shame, nobody viewed the nigga. Stupid is what stupid does. Must be retarded, and this shit go for most of you niggas. Don't get me started, I will walk you down. In this hour, it be the darkest, it be broad day. Niggas is still catch it regardless. Bitches thought I wouldn't go far. I wasn't one to fail, didn't want me now that it's on. They looking dumb as hell, fuck you thought. Never look back, this shit is funny, and I'm going off the simplest facts that you a dummy.
I should cry for me, cause I would never cry for you. I know you're getting tired of things. I've been getting tired of you.
You still a big dummy, an idiot, a dummy. And I don't fuck with stupid, not for any kind of money. You still a big dummy, stupid bitch, you a dummy. You know you see me winning and you still ain't learned from it. Cause you's a big dummy. Into my eyes, you see I'm high as a bitch. So really what makes you think I give a fuck you exist? Shit, I elevated. With this music, they up the payment. But when niggas hate it, I get easily frustrated. You a big dummy. Your decisions is where you fall short. I find better use of my time, making the walls talk. Dangerous, a letter for clip. Then spit another round, the barrel pointed over you niggas. I had to dumb it down. Your Facebook picture was one of the worst. See the truth is, shorty, you a bum and it hurts. You
That's
got
right.
your social service building every month on the first. A bunch of low life bitches that been under the dirt.
That's right.
Bitches thought I wouldn't go far. I wasn't one to fail. Now you trying to give me your heart. You looking dumb as hell. Sleep it off, take you a nap. This shit is funny and I'm going off the simplest fact that you a dummy.
That you cry for me, cause I would never cry for you. I know you're getting tired of things. I've been getting tired of you.
You still a big dummy, an idiot, a dummy. And I don't fuck with stupid, not for any kind of money. You still a big dummy, stupid bitch, you a dummy. You know you see me winning and you still ain't learned from it. Cause you's a big dummy.
Shout out to Dangerous Music, man. God damn it, let's get the show on the road. Shout out to Dangerous, man, and everybody I played today. Shout out to these brothers and sisters. Y'all know we is out here, man. Let's get the show on the road, man. Let's get the show on the road, man. In fact, I wanna check. I want y'all to see something here. and then we're gonna revisit it because I think this is very. I think this is the playbook. Let's check this out. Here we go. Let me get the banner off here for y'all can see what I showing. Check it out. I want y'all to watch this this interaction real quick. Let me get us some good music. This time we going funky. This time, fuck that. Where we going? Hey, I'll go smooth for right now, but later we going funky. Where's my shit at? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, we go funky later. Yeah. Shout out to everybody, man. Grand Rising, man. Welcome to the Kutty UnKutt Live. Fuck your couch, bitch. I mean, man, I don't care about none of the formalities, what the rules and regulations is. Fuck your couch, YouTube. I don't give a fuck. I'm Rick James, bitch. Fuck your couch. So YouTube, I do what the fuck I want to do, man. You just gonna have to yank that shit from me or something. Do something, nigga. You gonna have to do whatever the fuck you gonna have to do. But you gonna have to do it because I don't give a fuck. You ain't slapping my hand virtually and me saying, ouch. You're not slapping my hand virtually and me saying, ouch. No, you're gonna try to slap my hand and I'm gonna stomp on your couch. So yeah, man, fuck your couch, bitch. YouTube, when I get on here, this is my tube. That's a fact. When y'all get on shit, y'all should be on this shit like, this is my shit. I don't give a fuck they try to lay down move. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Throw that shit in the trash, start a new. Because this shit ain't nothing but a goddamn video game. Anyway, that's just my thought. That's just my thought. And that's what fuck your couch, bitch, really mean. Fuck your rules and regulations. That's stupid to the motherfucker that we value more than the goddamn Constitution, if you ask me. But anyway, that's just me. Hey, man, I don't want to ramble. I don't want to get to doing too much. I don't want to do too much. Shout out to Plant Base. I see you, God. I see you. Grand Rising to you, brother. Kenya, I see you. I see you. Grand Rising. Dr. Keeter, I see you. Great respect to you as well. But yeah, man, I want y'all to see this because we're going to be revisiting this because this is something I saw and I thought it was very funny. Check this out. Here we go.
Thank you, Kareem. How is it possible that an ISIS sympathizer is sneaking people into this country?
So just so that folks, I'm assuming you're speaking to the CNN.
Third drop. I see you, brother.
Right? Okay, so just want to make sure that folks who are watching.
I want everybody
really
to pay attention to this lady.
So
this is the. I guess she's the spokesman for the White House, the Democratic Party, and Joe Biden. Right? Pay attention to her.
Intelligence alerted us to a human.
Pay attention to her attitude, her matter-of-factness. This is Democratic Party weaponization of an island, bitch, if you ask me. I don't give a fuck. I said bitch. Yeah, look at this punk ass motherfucker. Check her out. I don't like her, for real, for real. I don't like that. First and foremost, don't try to emulate our sisters only to downgrade all of us together. That's what I noticed they do. I apologize, but that's real. That's what I noticed these island hoes do. Excuse me, I said island hoes. Nah. Shit. Motherfucker get mad, get glad, scratch your ass. I don't give a fuck.
So the intelligence alerted us to a human smuggling network. We moved fast and successfully to
and she got some green contact lenses in her eyes. She's over there got a identity problem.
Are you saying that you know where all of the people this ISIS sympathizer snuck into the country are?
If I can answer the question, I'm sure I'll touch on everything that you want to ask me. So again, intelligence alerted us of this human smuggling network. We believe and we move fastly and we successfully disrupted it. So let's be very clear about that. And we are grateful we're very grateful to the law enforcement for their quick work and their vigilance on this. Now, to your other part of the question, smugglers have been detained overseas, including one linked to the foreign terrorist organization. There's no sign that anyone moved by the smuggling network has terrorism connections, so I want to be clear there as well. And what we were able to do as precaution, people brought here by smuggling network are being subject to extra vetting and are all in removal proceeding. And in addition to that, anyone coming across the border outside of the network who matches the profile of those in the smuggling network is subject to extra vetting, detained, and put in expedited removal proceedings as well.
You said that there's no sign of a plot, but isn't it true that the U.S. has to be right with preventing terrorist attacks 100% of the time? They only have to be right once.
So let's be very clear. I want to be really clear here. We are committed. This is a White House that is committed to making sure that we are protecting our homeland and also protecting the American people. That is our commitment. We will continue to be vigilant on that. And so want to be incredibly clear on this. And we are thankful. We are grateful for our law enforcement who acted.
Hey, man, they are over here to me. They're using this island Haitian green-eyed, funny-looking face woman right here, right? She is the face of the Democratic Party, and all of these black women, man, so-called black women, right? They're like the buffers between the Democratic Party and the people, and this is what I'm afraid of. That silly ass motherfuckers that got a problem with Democratic Party ain't gonna care what kind of sister they looking at. They just gonna look at sisters as they all in one bag. And I don't want that. That'd be bad because this lady don't represent the sisters. She from somewhere the fuck else. I don't know where she at. But look, I'm of the mind of this. No matter what motherfuckers say, yo, white man start wars, civil wars is shit to me, right? When they get mad at white on white, straight up, right? So, when they get mad at that Democratic Party, because they're hot at the Democratic Party right now, I just don't want them to be having a fucking target on our sisters, mistaking our sisters from the deeds of these evil people, if that makes sense. I don't know, but yeah, I will be bringing this back because this is very important to the overall show today. You know what I'm saying? I'm digging up research. I'm digging up real good research on Jacksonville. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get that shit popping real good. I want to make sure I got all the information I need the way I like to do it. So yeah, I'll be bringing the whole Jacksonville joint. You know what I'm saying? So, better yet, let's finish this because this is gonna be important.
Very quickly here, and they are disrupted. They successfully disrupted the smuggling network.
We've seen human smuggling networks operated by the cartels for years. Why the sudden urgency with this one?
We have always and will be and have been vigilant here when it comes to making sure that we are protecting our homeland. That is something.
Hey, shout out to Soul Sister Jackie Brown. She in the building. I didn't know she was in the building. Shout out to Soul Sister Jackie Brown. Yeah, I know, but yeah, that lady is an enemy. We're gonna be bringing this back, right? We're gonna be bringing this back, but we still. I'm dealing with the big shit, man. This stuff is really kind of fucking with me, man, for real. So here we go. This is bad. Yes, the water is now poison over there. How is the water in Hawaii poison? Let's check it out. Here we go.
Aloha from Maui. This is Shelby with Unjected. Just checking in on, unfortunately, the tragedy that has occurred over the course of the past week here on island after a fire devastated the town of Lahaina. Unfortunately, we're finding out that the news is even worse than it's leading on now due to these terrible fires that we've had in Lahaina as well as on the other side of the island in Kula. We're experiencing now an issue with the water supply. We're being told that the water is not safe to drink It's also not safe after boiling, which is quite frightening. And we don't know how long that these restrictions are going to be lasting on the public. We're also hearing that the potable water being brought in by government officials is making people ill for whatever reason. They're experiencing fevers, chills, and other ailments from drinking this potable water that's been left. So I really urge you guys to please be careful on, ingesting this water and where you're getting it from. And in response to this issue that we're having on the island, Unjected, the wellness company, and the upcoming company Infuse, they're going to be sending out emergency hydration satchels that don't require water. They're going to have, amino acids, glutathione, and everything that these, survivors of these fires are going to need to supplement themselves. Of course, and providing the vital hydration that they need so they're not being dehydrated, going long stints without.
That's crazy.
So I would love to let you guys know that these are on their way to the island. I'm so grateful for Infuse sending that and halting their other distribution to make sure that's possible.
That's crazy.
As soon as they arrive on island, I will be sure to keep you all posted. We're going to be bringing them down to the supply docks in Kihei, where they will be making their way to the west side. And as well, I will be taking them over to Kula, to anybody who may need them. So thank you so much for helping our little island home. And please send all of your prayers and blessings to Maui. Aloha.
And this is what I
Grand Rising Lolita, I see you, sis. You did.
That now they're claiming that the water supply has been tainted and no one can drink the water. They're saying that, even if you boil it, it's still dangerous. You could not drink the water. So everyone is having to rely on
they trying to murk them people. They're trying to murk
that they're bringing to these people, from what is being said, allegedly, it's making people really sick. And that doesn't surprise me at all. And it's just yet another coincidence. It's just a little coinky dink that's adding up. We have 25 coinky dinks, involved in this fire now. All of these coincidences, the water is shut off. Now the water's poisoned. We're not going to sound the alarm. Now the water we're giving you is poisoned. It's obvious. It's so obvious. And every day, I got to say at this point, every day I wake up and I ask I ask the higher powers in the universe, whoever you want that higher power to be, I ask them, why? Why did you choose to surround me with so many dumbasses? People who cannot see what is literally happening right in our faces every day. I thank the heavens every day that I have this little community that I'm building on YouTube with you all. And I see that I'm not alone on earth. I see that there's still people out there with common sense who can see through this nonsense, who realize that, there's something really, really crazy going on in the world right now. For the last few years, even longer if you want to be technical, things have gotten really crazy. Now, of course, these plans have been in the works for a long time. And I'm not here to deny that. But we've reached a point where it's undeniable. Back in the day, crazy things would happen. JFK gets shot. You're like, oh, it's the CIA, but I don't really know. You know what I mean? Like, you had your weird things popping off. Trust me, this has been a slow burn. We didn't get to this point overnight, but we're now in the day and age where they're not really trying to hide things anymore. And even when they do, we have the access of the internet and all of this technology. And if people are catching on, we're able to see through the BS. But unfortunately, a lot of people can't still. Even though it's right there in your face, a lot of people just cannot put the pieces together for some reason. And I feel so terrible for those people. But at the same time, I look at those people and I know that y'all are the reason why we have to deal with all of this nonsense and just go along with it. We just have to sit here and go along with all of these lies as if we don't know that they're all out to get us. We're basically all under attack right now on every single level. You are being attacked physically, emotionally, psychologically, on every level, folks. Every level you can think of. And then you see things like what's happening down in Lahaina. And I mean, it wasn't hard to start putting the pieces together. It really wasn't. And with all of the information that we have about what happened down there, I don't understand why people don't get it yet. How do you not get it? How do you hear about them blocking people from escaping, turning the water off, and still not get it? And then here we are now, weeks after the fire, and it just so happens that everyone is reporting that the water that they're getting from the government is making them sick as well. It's so insane. But before I go too crazy on this rant, let's go ahead and dive into this clip, because I want you all to hear what these locals have to say. And then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
Family, because that's our family from Lahaina.
This is crazy, man. I just wanted everybody. I'm saying, man, this is crazy because it's the United States and it could be your motherfucking cities, town, and state as well. So let's check it out. That's why it's important to me. You know what I'm saying? I'll get down with that Jacksonville in a minute. I'm getting everything together for that. But we deal with so much of that shit all the time, man. I don't want to feel like they done got me diverted from something that's more important. Not saying that loss of life isn't important. It's just, I don't know, man. They doing so much they do something with their left hand to hide what their right hand's doing. Do shit with their right hand to hide what their left hand doing. And I'm just trying to catch both. If that makes sense. Anyway, here we go.
We basically want accountability of people who are responsible for this. We have questions in regards to the electric company, why they never turned off the power that day, and they should be held liable for this. People should be held liable for this because this is gross negligence. This should be standard operating procedure that power should have been turned off. The police, why did the police block people from coming and exiting? They had lines of people lined on Front Street, and people's lives have been lost because of that. Police was blocking the road over there by Chart House, and that the lines was not down from Wahikuli yet. Is it the only place, Kelawea or Mauka, where Halemaha'olu burnt down? I was told by people who escaped there on foot that the officer had blocked the road. People could not get out. My brother literally had to go cut the chain off of the old sugar mill camp area to let people out of the top of Kelawea Mauka. And that's how people got out, because the roads were all blocked. Hundreds of people were backed up there with people in their cars, and a lot of people lost their lives, from what I understand. It needs to be investigated by a third party that is not associated with the government. We don't trust the government because of what has happened. The state wants to purchase all this land and come in and open it for the working class and also work. So does he think that he should get this land? This land belongs to the people already. People in Lahaina are angry. Like, I'm an attorney myself. And I question, there's so many things that are questionable that has happened here. And we need to have clarity, transparency on all these things. We were blocked out from coming back into Lahaina. I was blocked out several days. I could not come in. It was chaos. People was rioting at the stops. People told us it was fires, but my cousins told me it actually was riots going on over there, right? With the police officers families wanting to get in. It was bad craziness in the beginning. Now it's all kind of settled down. We're wondering what's on those documents for FEMA. I don't know what's on the documents myself. I haven't seen any documents. I don't even know. And we're afraid to sign documents because right after that, the governor says, oh, I'm going to take the land. The government is liable for this, grossly negligent, at least if not criminally negligent. And they should clean up all that land, restore that land to the people who own that, because they failed here. They failed. The government failed. And then the last point is this. The water and the issue with that water, why all that water wasn't coming down that mountain. From what I understand, they had to go ask the cow farmers up the mountain about that. When emergency, there's no excuse that the water didn't come down that mountain. And they shouldn't have to say that they had to the point where it destroyed all of Lahaina. That's the other side of it. Because we're hearing half of Lahaina that agrees with this stuff, and the other half, now we speaking up because our families are suffering from it. I also live off the land. I'm on like land that has water coming down that valley, and I'm off the grid. But I don't agree with that thing caused this to have no water for the homes, and the fire is burning up the places, and it's not West Maui land's fault.
Okay, well, you raise very good questions, but we have other testifiers as well.
Thank you. And we want accountability. We want accountability. Lahaina wants accountability.
And for expressing their rage.
That's what I'm talking about. It's an emergency. People need water. That's common sense. Open the water. That's what the water people ask for. All I know, this is what's
hell. I want accountability too, and I don't even live in Lahaina. I've never been to Hawaii, and I want accountability. And I think we have to start understanding that eventually stuff like this is going to make it to your backyard. It's going to make it to your town, your city, your street, your neighborhood.
That's right.
Block, wherever you're at. I don't care if you're in the backwoods somewhere. Eventually, this stuff is going to make it to your doorstep.
That's right.
So that's why we all need to be demanding accountability every time something like this happens. We don't need to leave it up to the people of Lahaina. We don't need to leave it up to the people of East Palestine, Ohio. We don't need to leave it up to just these small communities to fight for their rights and to, fight for the truth. We all must come together and do so.
That's right.
And that's the only way we're going to stop things like this from happening in our areas. But spoiler alert, let me tell you how this is going to play out. There's going to be people pointing the fingers. No one's ever going to be held accountable. A lot of people are going to lose their land. It's going to be a complete catastrophe. It's going to continue to get worse. They're going to continue to lie about the numbers.
Wow.
And unfortunately, we're headed into a time where there's going to be some hurricanes hitting soon in Florida and in other areas. And that's going to, take the news cycle elsewhere. There'll be another disaster that they're going to capitalize off of. And then you're not going to hear them talking about Lahaina anymore. You will hear them talking about somewhere else. And just to let you know, heads up, I got a lot of hurricanes heading my way. I'm used to it. I've been caught and,
Well, shit, good luck to you. You got your own shit to deal with. Shit sound like, I ain't mad at you, but man, you coming up with some shit. Let me see. What he say? He done caught the motherfucking police chief lying. Hey, man, I like this big fat motherfucker. Hold on, man. I like this motherfucker, man. He be jumping it off. Shout out to Cinnamon Show. I keep sounding like, I think I do say cinnamon. I ain't trying to call this motherfucker cinnamon, man. This motherfucking name Cinema Shogun. Shout out to him. He bringing the heat though. He bringing the heat, man. Let's get it, man. Let's see what this sister talking about. Let's get it.
We're watching as these lies fall apart. We watch as these officials and these people who gave the orders and in charge as their stories fall apart and they scramble and they try to get ahead of everything. I mean, the Maui police department, the chief of the Maui police department just got caught. And the chief of the Maui police department is, where's it at? Where's my let me see. The chief of the Maui police department is the same one who was the police chief of Las Vegas when all those people lost their lives. Relocated to Maui. Dream job. They told him what the hell they was planning. His ass said a month into it, give me a goddamn raise of a lot of grip. If y'all want me to help y'all do this dumbass shit. That's crazy, man. That's allegedly. He did get a pay raise though, for real. That's not alleged. He did get a pay raise. You know what I'm saying? So
And he asked for it a month into his job, so that's not allegedly. But what it is, it's suspicious. Here we go. Let's get it. Let's get on his motherfucking ass.
Police department, the chief of the Maui Police Department, just got caught in another lie, saying that they did not redirect people to Front Street, and there's video surveillance showing that they did, and the news used it. Look, the people who gave the orders that day, the officials of Hawaii, of Maui County, they are responsible for all these lives lost. They let this town burn and did not call for help. They did not order an evacuation. They did not send help. They are responsible for each of these lives lost, and they need to be held accountable. The people of Maui are still in danger because these same people are still in positions of power. They think they're going to get away with
fucked
it.
Up.
And the people of Maui are so busy surviving. They have their heads down. They've closed ranks. They're focusing on forgiveness and healing and moving forward. They don't want to stir pots. They don't want to ask questions. So the rest of the world, family members, friends, anybody who has any kind of connection with the people on Maui.
Well, I am sure this won't come as a surprise to anyone, but the police chief has changed his story yet again. This has to be the third or fourth time that he has changed his story. You see, we all know that they put up roadblocks and they block.
Look at that evil motherfucker, man. You can see it in his motherfucking, man, that nigga look like a Komodo dragon face skin motherfucker. These motherfuckers with that old fucked up ass skin always be on some goddamn reptilian ass shit. Motherfucking Komodo dragon skin motherfucking white man right there. Hey, man, you can see evil, man. How the fuck? Man, look at that face, man. Get the fuck out of here. He need his jaw broke. A lot. Here we go.
We all know that they put up roadblocks and they blocked people from escaping. We know that for a fact. It's on video. It's on surveillance cameras. Everyone who lives in the area is saying, yeah, we got blocked from evacuating. So we know for a fact that it happened, but the police chief was denying it. He already got caught in a couple of lies, but he tried to deny that these roadblocks ever happened. Luckily, he got caught up in all of his bogus BS. And now, after claiming that the roadblocks never happened,
noticed that
now he is sitting here saying, yeah, there were roadblocks, but it's because of the downed power lines. There were roadblocks, yeah, we admit it, but it's because we were trying to protect people. You know, we were trying to protect people. It's not our faults these people died. It's not our faults that we blocked them from escaping.
Hey, but they were saying that was an outright lie before, saying nobody got blocked. That's bullshit. You was doing that shit, and these people ain't lied on you for nothing. Man, these people crazy.
But the crazy part is, it's not like we're living in the Stone Age. This dude is on video. The police chief is on video telling different stories to different media outlets, changing his story every single day. We got you on video saying that there were no roadblocks. Now we got you on video saying, yeah, hey, there are roadblocks. What's it going to be? Why is this story changing so much? But before I go on too much of a rant, let's go ahead and watch this clip really quick, and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
Maui Police Chief confirms to HNN that there were barricades set up in Lahaina to keep people away from downed power lines. The information is being spotlighted in international press, but the chief is pushing back against criticism, telling HNN it's too premature to second-guess those decisions. This drone video shows rows of charred cars jamming both lanes of Front Street in historic Lahaina town, a scene that portrays the chaos on August 8th as people tried to flee the town as flames engulfed the area.
I was trying to turn right out of my neighborhood, which it would have taken me to Front Street, but nothing was moving.
Nearly 3 weeks since the deadly wildfire, some information has...
Man, look at that shit there, dog. Hold on. God damn, dog.
But
God damn, that fire looked crazy.
I was trying to turn right out of my neighborhood, which it would have taken me to Front Street, but nothing was moving.
Nearly 3 weeks since the deadly
Golly.
some information has emerged that wasn't initially highlighted. The Associated Press writing an article with the headline, "Many had no warning and no way out. Those who dodged a barricade survived." The AP reports that car after car was turned back to the rapidly spreading wildfire by a barricade blocking access to the highway to get out of Lahaina town. This week, Maui's police chief explaining why barricades were set up.
Down power lines, which would kill you if you go over it.
Goddamn liar!
A fire that's engulfed the area.
Goddamn liar! He's a goddamn liar. I'm telling you, I deal with electricity all of the time. You can roll right over down power lines. You sure in the fuck can. Why? Because of one most important reason. Number one, your tires are rubber. Your tires are rubber. That right there disconnects connectivity of electricity. He's a goddamn liar. And he went in, he tried to lie in my realm. This motherfucker's lying in the realm of all electricians in the world. Like, you liar. That's basic bullshit right there. That's a basic lie. Basic lying ass Big Mackey face bastard.
Police chief explaining why barricades were set up.
Down power lines, which would kill you if you go over it.
You fucking liar.
A fire that's engulfed the area.
That's a liar.
There was a point when we didn't let traffic into Front Street because Front Street was on fire. But we did not impede people from exiting the area.
It comes as Maui County is suing HECO for allegedly causing the fires by not shutting off power ahead of time due to high winds and dry brush. In an exclusive interview with the U.S. Fire Administration, the head of the agency tells HNN she believes once the West Maui fire started, under the conditions that day, there was no way of stopping it.
The wind speeds coming from the nearby hurricane.
Bridge third, man. Grand Rising, my brother.
And the fire.
Do you think, given how fast moving this was, that this could have been stopped with enough firefighters?
Not with the number of firefighters that you had available on this island, and were outpaced from the very beginning.
So you believe even if they had all the firefighters on the island in front of Lahaina, it still would have got through?
They did have everything that was in the stations on that day on the island that was dispatched to this fire, and they were outpaced.
Eddie Dowd, Hawaii News Now.
I mean, do they think that people aren't capable of following along with these news stories? Do they think that we just forget what we saw in the news a couple of days prior? Like, if you've been watching my videos, and I know a lot of you have been, we've seen this guy tell different stories in the clips that I've played. We literally watched this dude deny that there were roadblocks, and now the story changes.
That's right.
But you see, the fact that he was not honest from the beginning is what really makes me think that there's something more to this. That this was not just a mistake, that this was something more, because why not be transparent from the beginning? If you were afraid of people, dying from the downed power lines, and that's why people from evacuating, then why didn't you say that from day one? Why are you just now admitting that there were roadblocks on day 21? It's been 3 weeks, people. 3 weeks. And now he changes the story again.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to get into, man. You know what I'm saying? Look how they dancing. They over here dancing. They some dancing machines, man. Yeah. And then I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna play this last one because this man put in work over there, man, and I like it, man. It's some good, informative information. So here we go. And then I'm gonna go into
What's up,
something else.
Cinema Shogun here, and it has now been 3 weeks since the fires in Maui.
Yep.
Yet we still don't really know what's going on down there. But to be fair, the people down there don't really know what's going on either. The number of casualties being reported, it's not accurate. The number of missing people being reported is not accurate. None of the numbers are accurate. We're still wondering how this even happened. The people down there are wondering how this happened. They're not getting the help that they need. And communication is very difficult. For some people, they still have no power, no internet, no cell phone service. There are literally airplanes flying over certain areas delivering people messages from loudspeakers attached to these little airplanes. It's really weird. It's really crazy. It's really scary. But even though no one really knows for sure what's happening, everyone knows that it ain't good. Everyone knows that it ain't right. Anyone who spends some time looking into this story, even for just a few minutes, you'll see that this ain't right. And the closer you become to the story, the more you feel it in your chest, in your soul, in your bones. You feel it. That this ain't right. That this is something way more than just a devastating fire. In fact, the more and more this situation plays out, the flames become less scary and intimidating, and what really becomes scary are the people, the powers that are at play here. The flames, they come and go, but these people who are trying to capitalize off this situation, they're not going anywhere, and it's starting to increasingly look like, I almost don't even want to say it, but I don't know what caused these flames, but they're damn sure taking advantage of this situation, almost as if they knew or they wanted something like this to happen. I'll just say that, and I'll leave it there. But why do I feel that way? Well, there's a lot of different reasons as to why I feel that way. To get the full picture, go ahead and watch all of the videos I made on this topic. After watching those videos, you'll probably feel the same way I do. But to put the icing on the cake, to put the cherry on top, we have to talk about something that happened roughly around 3 weeks before the fires broke out. Because in some weird ways, it looks as if they were already preparing for this fire before it even happened. You see, Governor Josh Green, the governor of Hawaii, on July 17th, he signed an emergency proclamation. Now, this has to be one of the first times, if not the first time, I never really hear of it, that someone has signed a emergency proclamation without there really being an emergency involved. You see, maybe your area will get hit by a hurricane or some type of natural disaster, or something bad happens, and then your governor may sign a emergency proclamation. Or maybe it'll be during a pandemic or something like that. But you don't just see emergency proclamations signed out of nowhere. Yet here,
sit down.
3 weeks before the fire, the governor signed an emergency proclamation. This order suspended a half a dozen state and county laws that primarily focus on land use. The measure invokes a state law giving the governor broad power to suspend laws that impede a response to emergencies such as natural disasters or a pandemic. You see, these emergency proclamations, they can happen for various reasons, but often it gives these people a power to act above anyone else, basically. They get the only say in a situation. Sometimes it will suspend certain laws, certain rules, and these people will override certain laws and certain rules. So in this situation, it looks as if the governor was setting himself up for him and his people to basically have control over Lahaina being rebuilt, basically, in a way. But why would Lahaina need to be rebuilt if the fire hadn't happened yet? You see, this proclamation that was put in place 3 weeks before the fire started, it places all of the rebuilding decisions in the hands of one unelected official. And she's already meeting with developers. She's already coming up with decisions about what they're going to do with Lahaina behind the residents' back. This emergency proclamation is going to give these people the power to make decisions that they normally wouldn't have the power to make. And I'm just asking, why on earth, why did this proclamation come about? Why was this signed 3 weeks before an emergency even took place? It looks a lot like y'all knew something was coming. And I'm not even being a conspiracy theorist here, people. These are facts. This is something we rarely ever see, if we've ever seen it in history. This emergency proclamation with no emergency, and then 3 weeks later, here comes the emergency. Meanwhile, the proclamation's already been taken care of. So what it looks like, and the governor, he's already been talking about the state taking over the land. What it looks like here is he already signed it away. He already sealed the deal that they're going to control how Lahaina is rebuilt. They're going to do it their way. They got full control because they already signed the emergency proclamation, and there's like nothing anyone can do about it, even elected officials. The emergency proclamation already basically made their voices null and void. It's really crazy. It's a complicated situation. I'm probably not doing the best explaining it, so I will allow someone else to try to explain it for me. Maybe you'll understand him better, but understand that this is not good, and this looks very suspect. But let's play this clip, and then I'll be back with more thoughts.
Chair, I have 3 items that I'm testifying on. My name's Justin Huey. I am a teacher, a 3rd grade teacher from the burned down King Kamehameha III Elementary in Lahaina. And I am testifying on my concerns of the governor's emergency proclamation that happened 3 weeks prior to the fire, and how it suspended 7 state statutes, of which exonerated everything that you guys are in charge of, covers county organization administration. Chapter 46, collective bargaining was rescinded, school impact fees, collective bargaining was rescinded, and to my knowledge, this was the first emergency proclamation in the country that didn't have a preceding incident. Normally it's like a hurricane, boom, we got an emergency proclamation. But this was just, from my knowledge, was just to streamline development on Maui, and it is allocated all decision-making power to one person, the housing officer of the governor, Nani Medeiros, who's unelected, who can trump every single thing that you do and everything that you say and every item that we cover without any input from the community, without any public discourse, without sunshine law. Before I go to my, tomorrow, I love what you said, Lahaina's not for sale. Please include us. But I don't see that happening. And I was able to meet with Nani Medeiros. I graciously invited her into my home in order to speak with teachers from the burned down King Kamehameha III Elementary and their own homes. And they're moving forward with they're meeting with developers, private landowners, and not a lot of community unless you know how to maneuver correctly. So before I go to my next item, I would just like to ask each council member to let me know, are you in favor of this emergency proclamation that takes away sunshine law, collective bargaining, all your power in decision making? I would like it if you did me a kindness, and before I go on to the next item that I want to testify on, who's in favor of that? Because I have serious concerns.
Mr. Huey, we don't have discussions at this point. We're just taking testimony, but I'm sure each member will be happy to respond to you on their own.
All right, so can we end this item and go to the next item?
Sure, yes.
So, I was asked to start a teacher work group with HSTA.
Wow,
on housing,
they was like, yo, and nobody wants to respond to that. You want to move on from that? Golly, how did he sign an emergency proclamation before an emergency happened? Wow, that's crazy. They said, nah, you want to move on? Let's move on. That shit is, man.
Shame, shame, shame.
So I started.
Absolutely not. You're not reporting this stuff at all.
With HSTA on housing, and I was able to get.
But they are reporting Jacksonville. That's what I'm like. There's a lot to Jacksonville. Don't get it twisted. It's a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings involved with Jacksonville. Seeing the people booing DeSantis and his wife at a news conference and stuff. So, there's a lot of emotions and stuff. But they are reporting that, but they're not reporting this. And this is why I'm reporting this and not really reporting that, because this is crazy, man. This is crazy.
People that were able to talk to Nani Medeiros, and they really need, I would love to see you pass a resolution on foreclosures, mortgage evictions, subsidized rentals. There's a lot of different things happening right now. Like there's one teacher that lives on this side, but had 3 other jobs besides teaching in Lahaina and has a $4,000 mortgage. So his house didn't burn down, but he's going to lose his house if something isn't done quickly. A different teacher who's had their house burned down moved over here and is trying to buy a house over here, but other investors are trumping her. And I just can't say enough about my concern over the fact that we have streamlined development without any community input, without sunshine law, without public announcements, without meeting notices. I just can't say enough. Everything that you do can be trumped by one person who's unelected and has no community input. And for me, I just think that, I wouldn't know why. She also said that she met with 4 council members and they were in complete agreement with the emergency proclamation. So that means there's 4 council members here, allegedly, that she stated are in agreement with getting rid of sunshine law, collective bargaining, school impact fees, and Chapter 46. And it's like, my question is, why did you run if you're not going to step up to the plate when we need you the most? And this needs to go. This needs to go right now. This is
wow, direct confrontation. I like it.
$5 billion are coming to Maui, and sticky fingers are here to take it all and develop everything without any input. Lahaina needs to decide what happens in Lahaina. But it's not just there; it's everywhere. Anything you do on this island can be trumped by one person, and more people need to be standing up and saying that this is not how government works. This is not how we teach our children how government works, and this cannot move forward. Let me see. Okay, I'll end there. And then for the next, and to go over, Biden came. If we start for the next agenda item, I'm sorry, this is pretty intense. So Biden came and spoke with the community at the Civic Center, and Biden said that Maui is going to decide Maui's future. But again, one person on Oahu is currently meeting with developers, meeting with private landowners, and is not meeting with the public. And that should be front page everywhere. And anything you do can be trumped by one person without any notice, and you won't know until it happens. I'm thankful for Biden coming here when he did, not right away, and being there for the community. But this is a state and county issue, and the state and the county are going to decide how the rebuilding efforts go. And I would really like to see the county reconsider what if they've been in favor of this, and pass a resolution against the governor's emergency proclamation on affordable housing that happened 3 weeks prior to the wildfire. Thank you very much. I appreciate the time to speak.
It's a land grab, people. What more do you want me to say? It's a blatant, obvious land grab. They're not even going out of their way to try to hide it at all. At all. And the fact that this emergency proclamation was already signed 3 weeks before the fires, it makes me feel really weird. I think it should make anyone feel really weird. And this is the type of stuff I'm always talking about. Every time you look into one of these situations, you find all of this suspect stuff, all of this weird stuff that doesn't make any sense. And it makes it look as if these situations are planned out beforehand. The same thing goes with East Palestine, Ohio. Look at all of the weird things that surrounded that story. Now look at this one. I guess this is just another coincidence. The roadblock was a coincidence to lead people to their deaths. Turning off the water was a coincidence. Not sounding the alarm, that's a coincidence. Oh, and it just so happens that we signed an emergency proclamation that gives us the right to basically take over and do what we want with this land. And we signed that, and put that in place 3 weeks before the fire even started. So let's say best case scenario. Best case scenario, this emergency proclamation has nothing to do with the fire. It's still shady. There's still an effort by the governor and by his people to have some ultimate say-so over what's going to be done in Lahaina. And that's not up to him. That shouldn't be up to whoever he wants to put in charge.
Look, I ain't even gonna bullshit with you. The governor, all the people responsible that's over there shaking and faking and doing their dad tap dance like Gregory Hines or somebody, being Barine. Yeah, get a rope. Straight up. That's what that's about, for real. That's deserving of the vote. Straight up. That's just my opinion, you know. Hey, it's just my opinion. And it don't mean nothing. Let's go. I'm about to show you something, man. Shout out to Shy Apples, man, for sending me this footage so it can educate. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Shy Apples.
Once confined to the imaginative realms of science fiction, laser weapons teeter on the precipice of altering modern warfare forever. Unleashing the power of light speed and unconstrained by ammunition or conventional kinetic defenses, laser weapons herald an era of unparalleled effectiveness and sheer devastation. As such, the U.S. Navy has meticulously crafted its laser solutions to dominate the fierce battleground of the high seas. In a recent development, the Navy and its partners unveiled their state-of-the-art cutting-edge laser beams in blistering action to the world. The footage showcases the laser weapon mounted atop the U.S. warship USS Portland. As a high-speed boat menacingly approaches the warship, the energy weapon locks onto its target and then fires. In the conventional footage, no beam is visible, only the boat succumbing to the unyielding energy of the weapon. However, the searing light beam is revealed in a series of infrared images, cutting a path from the weapon to its ill-fated target.
Wow.
Use remains on the horizon. U.S. authorities firmly believe their ground.
Wow, that's crazy. Wow. That's crazy. You see that shit? That's crazy.
And images, cutting a path from the weapon to its ill-fated target. Though widespread use remains on the horizon, U.S. authorities firmly believe their groundbreaking laser weapons are ready to reshape the harrowing conflict in Yemen, proposing them as the solution to the fearsome Houthi boat drones that have plagued the region. The future of warfare. The powerful laser weapons developed by the U.S. Navy are just one example of how the world of military knowledge has been increasingly focusing on directed energy weapons as the next great evolution in battlefield technology. Directed energy weapons, including high-powered lasers, represent a cutting-edge weapon system with significant advantages over conventional kinetic solutions. These advantages stem from the unique properties of directed energy, which enable it to deliver precise, rapid, and scalable effects on the battlefield. One of the most remarkable benefits of directed energy weapons is their pinpoint accuracy. These weapons can emit a highly focused beam of energy, accurately aimed and adjusted in real time, allowing for the selective engagement of individual targets. Consequently, threats can be neutralized with minimal collateral damage, reducing the risk of harm to innocent bystanders or non-combatants. Another critical advantage is their lightning-fast speed of engagement. Directed energy travels at the speed of light, enabling almost instantaneous target neutralization with impact. This rapid response to threats can significantly enhance sailors' survival chances in combat situations. Even if they're ambushed by fast-moving attackers, the laser defenses have a greater chance of responding than conventional kinetic weapons. For maritime purposes, the accuracy and concentration of energy, in addition to the staggering speed provided by the Navy's recent lasers, can help take out even the smallest and fastest drone boats without threatening other ships in the vicinity. Diverging from conventional munitions, directed energy weapons require no physical projectiles, eliminating maintenance costs, resupply needs, and the risk of running out of ammunition. Furthermore, they produce no harmful byproducts and pose no threat to the surrounding area, making them an environmentally friendly option, a factor that is increasingly more important for military organizations worldwide. Weapon manufacturers developing directed energy solutions assert that the future of warfare will likely be shaped by the increasing deployment of these weapons, providing military forces with unparalleled precision, speed, and versatility on the battlefield. However, despite the technology's awe-inspiring features and immense potential, its development has faced a turbulent journey, and it is believed that the technology will introduce its own set of significant disadvantages. A decades-long plight. As incredible and powerful as the technology appears to be, its development has dragged on for several decades, going back to its emergence in the 1960s. It appears as though the technology has as many inherent obstacles and limitations in its way as it has promising features. One of the primary disadvantages of directed energy weapons is their limited range. Typically, these weapons have a much shorter range than traditional ones, like missiles or artillery. Such a limitation can hinder their effectiveness in specific scenarios, making it challenging to engage distant targets. Laser weapon development in particular has been significantly hampered by the limited range of prototypes. Although lasers consist of focused light, capable of traversing vast distances nearly instantaneously, environmental particles such as smoke, dust, water, and clouds can quickly dissipate the beam, resulting in an occasionally inadequate operational range. The fact that one of the most advanced weapon systems on Earth can be foiled by the simple emergence of mist has become one of the most unyielding obstacles to the development of technology. Indeed, another significant disadvantage is their high cost. As time progresses, their development has become increasingly expensive, partly due to efforts to address the dissipation issue. Engineers have been compelled to create more specialized and complex optic systems, capable of compensating for potential particles in the air that could diminish the effectiveness of the laser beam. Despite the sometimes sluggish process, the technology has not stopped moving forward. Today, the Navy and other military factions and manufacturers across the globe claim to have reliable, efficient laser solutions for the need of modern warfare. In all likelihood, kinetic weapons will continue to be the primary firepower solution worldwide, as the targets that will most fit the profile for a laser attack are still limited. But in cases where U.S. forces are threatened by small, fast-moving targets, especially near friendly assets, laser weapons promise to be an ideal solution. The Middle East. In December 2021, the U.S. Navy announced it had successfully tested the laser weapon it had been developing for several years. The spectacular test entailed destroying a floating target in the Middle East, a method that could be employed to counter bomb-laden drone boats deployed by Yemen's Houthi rebels in the Red Sea. The recent test marks the latest in a series of high-intensity trials of laser weapons. The series began in 2015 with footage of a laser destroying a remote-controlled high-speed boat. In 2020, the weapon was used to bring down an aerial drone. Now, this second instance demonstrates the laser weapon's capability to devastate speedboats. In this recent demonstration, the Navy shared images of the test on Twitter, captioned, quote, "Bring out the lasers." The test saw USS Portland firing its laser weapon system demonstrator at the target in the Gulf of Aden, the waters separating East Africa from the Arabian Peninsula. The event is said to be extremely similar to the 2015 test, where the laser was also tested on a target simulated as a bomb-laden high-speed boat approaching U.S. naval assets. This time, despite not having the video of the laser strike, the infrared images gave the public an unprecedented peek at how the laser beam actually looks when it is not being seen by the naked eye. The previous footage and the unprecedented photos give the public a more significant understanding of how the technology works and how it can be used in the future. Nevertheless, the Navy is looking into using its new technology sooner rather than later. Yemen situation. The critical test occurred in the Gulf of Aden, along the southern coast of war-torn Yemen. The region has been a battleground since Iranian-backed Houthi rebels seized the capital, Sana'a, in 2014. The Saudi-led coalition entered the conflict in March 2015. Still, the stalemate has persisted for years, resulting in the world's worst humanitarian disaster and an estimated 110,000 casualties. As the disaster has grown and increased in brutality, it has extended into surrounding waterways, such as the Red Sea and the Bab el-Mandeb, which connects to the Gulf of Aden. These waterways are crucial for international shipping and global energy supplies, as they lead to the Suez Canal and the Mediterranean Sea. Houthi rebels have deployed drone boats into these waters, which can be remotely piloted and sent to targets before detonating. Iran is suspected of having assisted in building these boats and supporting the operations in the area's waterways. In 2018, Emirati officials released footage allegedly showing Iranians constructing components for the boat's guidance system. with one image featuring the symbol of Iran's paramilitary Revolutionary Guard in the background. Iran has denied arming the Houthis. However, United Nations experts, independent analysts, and Western nations have pointed to evidence of Tehran's link to the weapons. The threat these high-speed boats exert on the region is growing, and the Navy hopes its new pinpoint, accurate, and devastating laser weapon will defuse the situation and keep the waterways in the Middle East free for commercial and civilian transit. Thank you for watching our dark footage video. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to discover many more uncanny moments captured on camera and the stories behind them. And don't hesitate to check out all our other dark documentaries channels for many more awe-inspiring stories from modern history. Stay tuned.
My bad, I had to step away real quick, man. But y'all see that crazy stuff, man? That shit was crazy. Shout out to Shy Apples for bringing that, man. For real, for real. Man, I don't even know that man. That shit is crazy to me, man. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, we out here, man. We out here dealing with it. We out here dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, hold up. Let me get back over here so I can bring this. Because this was good, too. Oh, shit. Yeah, let's laugh a little bit, man. Let's laugh a little bit. Well, actually, this ain't funny. We're going to go ahead and go to Jacksonville. Well, not even Jacksonville. We're going to listen to Seti's perspective on Jacksonville. Thought it was a pretty good perspective. I was going to wait, but I'm going to show it now.
These niggas, you know, they can't take no niggas.
Here we go.
When the Alabama thing went down.
Uh-oh.
You remember that I told you. Okay? If you was there. If you watched, and I came back to reiterate over and over. Hear me out? That is not over. I told you that they would be seeking revenge. I told you that. Okay? It might not be today, might not be tomorrow, might not be the day after. I say it, and it ain't got to be in Alabama. Don't got to be in Alabama. It could be anywhere. You see? And you know, black people celebrating. A lot of them can't take that. You see? They can't take that. You know, they can't take no niggas celebrating, you know, demise. You see, demise of what they stand for. And so here again in Jacksonville, we have what seems to been going on, have been going on, and we have to quit thinking that, you know, it hasn't been going on. It's been going on and continue to go on. You see, the illusion, see what the illusion is, because you too many of you Negroes out there. You see, you got crackatosis and you got the niggeritis. You see, and what happens is you want to separate. You want to separate. Well, here is some good ones here, and there's some bad ones there. You see, and what happened is, you see the bad one, you know, but we got the good ones. Yet the good ones never seem to be able to stop the bad ones. You see, and it ain't no good ones. That's what it boiled down to. You see, I sit here and I listen to this bullshit. You know, where you got this one so-called reporter. He's a YouTube reporter. And he gets an interview with one of the neighbors. Yeah, the shooter died. He cowered out. He shot himself. He committed suicide like a coward. You see, and shot the people down like a coward. You see, and so this is what they do. And so, you know, the white boys, they can't say nothing about the Arab. They over there talking about what the Arab do. And You know, they doing the same tactics as the Arabs are doing. You know, what they call suicide bomber. That's a fucking suicide bomber. You see, when you go in and you commit crimes like that, you see, and yes, and when you say CIA and the CIA is, you know, we know what it is. We know what it is. You mean to tell me this motherfucker got these type of ideologies and then mama and daddy don't know nothing about it? Huh? You feel that strong, and you know, what the fuck he got to hide from his mama and daddy for? You feel me? What he got to hide? You see? You feel that strongly about something, and your mama, your mammy, and your pappy don't know nothing about what's going on with you. This motherfucker got AR-15s and shit in the house. Motherfucker got bulletproofs and shit. This motherfucker, you know, where he getting all this shit from? Where he getting all this shit from? You know? What'd he do? Sneak it in the house? He just sneak it in the house? Huh? Motherfucker got AR, you know, and they always talking about, you know, I give you this over and over and over and over. You see, when the one thing about the Arab though, the one thing about the Arab, when he blow a motherfucker up, he take credit for it. You see, they want credit. They want the credit. See, now the thing is, when white boys commit terror attacks, they always act alone. Do you notice that? You see, they always act alone. You see, they never tie them to any type of group. They always act alone. They're just like the white boy in Charleston. Act alone. And you know, anytime they commit a terror attack, you see, they act alone. They don't want to connect them to any type of groups. So they don't have to feel, you know, that they got to, you know, is more than one individual responsible. You see, and so he's done this in the effect that it causes the people, because now they in a traumatic, you know, traumatizing event. Losing loved one, then the motherfucker go commit a suicide. So nobody who you know,
nigga said he crazy.
Who do you punish for that? You see, who do you punish for that?
He right about that, man. You know what I'm saying? Gotta know there's always gonna be some kind of blowback. You know what I'm saying? You know, people are always looking for an eye for an eye. Only people ain't looking for an eye but it's us. So that's just what it is. But you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna get on up out of here because I gotta get to work early, man. So I appreciate y'all, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow with the normal time, normal show. Let's get it, man. I appreciate y'all. We out. See y'all tomorrow for real.